Hello guys and welcome. In this video I wanna talk about Rising Shores. Is it worth playing? Is it worth your time, your investment? So let's see what's going on. I must say my first impressions are very good. It goes from a typical formula to something more, it combines a lot of different good elements. This game really reminds me of MapleStory actually. I actually really miss MapleStory too. It was actually such an amazing and fun community driven game. Games like this are all about community. The community interaction, what makes us to keep on grinding. Quests, goals, the community interaction, right? But we also have to talk about some issues, like this game has very similar issues to Elden Ring, right? It is just this artificial difficulty and grind that doesn't really respect your time. For example, Elden Ring has this big problem. They reach the replayability not through multiplayer elements, but through making the game more frustrating. You're literally replaying the same game over and over again just to get basic materials, just to even be able to reset character stats, so you can actually try all these different fun weapons and spells in combat, in PvP, and even to clear bosses. And this is really what I think make Brighter Shores kinda... Is it even worth playing when you realize each profession has 500 levels? So there are barely any good rewards for grinding so much. It's just this artificial grindiness that don't really respect player time, right? I really like the game is free to play. I actually really like the recipe systems, the album system, where each time you craft an item for the first time you get bonus experience, and it really goes well together. I really like the early game quest system. I really like quests in this game. I admittedly even watched some guides on the internet. I think one of the best things about Rising Shores is how popular this game currently is. But there are quite a few issues, like outdated action combat, the lack of more social elements, and how grindy the game feels overall. This is why RuneScape was always manageable, because you always had goals, you always had quests, and you had all these PvP events, like back in the days when we used to have Clan Wars and Feast of Gutix in Wildria, the Zima times, what made the game feel way more popular and worth. But I'm really, I'm not really sure if this game is worth playing yet. Especially because a lot of the new system they implemented, the updates lately have been very good, but they didn't really make a new content, right? More factions, abilities, there's so much content missing in this game still. I know the game is in early stages, and for early stages it is quite good, right? But we can't really ignore a lot of the issues. But I really hope when they add spells, when they give each weapon a spell and such, they're gonna make the game way more fun. And I hope they bring at least two spells for each weapon or something like that, and you can equip 2-3 weapons, so you can have like at least some options, right? But I just yesterday I reached level 25 Fisher for the quest, and even with bonus experience you get from knowledge, it's still almost like there is no way I'm ever getting 500. Like, it just feels, this is I think problem. They wanted to make the game feel replayable millions of times, but they actually reached the opposite effect, where the game feels artificially expanded. So in fact I'm just wasting my time here trying to get these levels, even though I kinda like questing and I really like the play interaction, so that's why it's kinda worth grinding for. Something new, something exciting. But action combat is outdated. There are like 20-year-old games that have better action combat, like Pirate of the Black Cat or Destrega or hell even Smite. like 20 years ago, 12 years ago. So, but yeah, I feel like it's very demotivating when you realize each profession has like 500 levels. It feels like this wasn't really thought out. It was just expanded artificially for the sake of having so much content. But it's just not really no content here. It's just artificial hardness, you know, artificial grind. So let me know what you guys think, and see you in the next one.
Especially now there's so much politics and such, and how broken sports and esports are, right? Do you guys remember when content creation, community, sports, competition was such a good thing? But now it feels like when you get older you realize how broken these platforms are and how waste of a time it is to do anything here anymore, right? And when it comes to politics, I have just one thing to say: never mix politics and social media, because today it's so easy to manipulate people with social media. It's insanity, and social media and politics should never be combined. Never. Like they say, if you control media, you control the world.